Hey everybody, welcome back to the tower. I hope you're having a good time and a good day wherever you are. But if you're not and you're having a tower moment, you've come to the right place. These readings are for everyone, but they're not for everyone, if you get what I mean. Alright, if you're new here, this is what we do. I draw two cards from the Major Arcana deck like this to find out what your overall tower moment is. We'll look at the bottom of the deck for more information, and then we will clarify with this deck over here. Now, all these messages are timeless, so if this doesn't resonate with you, don't try to force it. Also, it's a collective reading. Everybody gets to play. There are no star signs. So don't try to force it to fit. You know, if it feels right and if it feels like it's you, then it's you. But if it's not, try a different video. I've done quite a few of them at this point. I try to upload every day. So, let's get started. Alright, judgment card on this side of the tower means the judgment was not made. You did not make a choice when you were meant to. Some kind of decision had to be made and you didn't do it. I don't know why you didn't do it. There could be someone in your energy that prevents it, some kind of blockage, some kind of insecurity, or I don't know. We'll find out. We'll clarify this a little bit, but there's definitely some kind of judgment choice that was not made. That leads to your tower moment because he who hesitates is usually lost, as we do, and that leads to the hermit card. Oh boy. Sometimes making no choice is the wrong thing to do. So the Hermit card basically says you're in isolation, you are in a retreat, you're kind of antisocial a little bit. Not antisocial as criminal, but just you don't want to be around people. So it feels like a whole lot of stress came down. You decided to just throw your hands up in the air and walk away, and that just leads to the outcome of that is basically you going into hermit mode, and you're hoping for a new balance. Star and the Justice card on this side of the tower. Now, those are the energies of new hope, healing, protection, and Justice card is card of balance. So I think you're looking for a new way out. You're looking for a do-over here. And that would make sense. Well, let's see what's got you stuck. Could be a person. Could be, a thing. Could be any one of those nouns. So we got the Two of Wands over here. So that's basically the energy of being stuck, which doesn't tell us too much. It feels like you're very indecisive. Why are you indecisive? No healing, no rest. So you might be way stressed out, and there might be a whole lot of decisions to make. But this is the decision of, you have to choose which is most important, and everything wants your attention. So you might be really burned out right now. And the King of Pentacles here. So I think this is just an overwhelming amount of stuff. I think you have been pushed to your limit. I think you have you feel like your life is falling apart because everything is coming down at once. It's like when you have a bad day, all of the stuff comes down on that bad day. Maybe it started out by losing your wallet at a Walmart, and then somebody took the money out, and then this, that, and the other just keeps piling up, and one thing leads to another, which is basic life. But this is what your energy is. It just feels like the dam broke and everything showed up at once. So now you're just say, I don't want to decide anything. I want to throw my hands up and leave. Just like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm not going to deal with any of this right now. That leads to your tower moment. Knight of Swords. Yeah, this move's kind of quick. You cut yourself off. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you definitely cutting yourself off. You don't want to do this anymore. You're being kind of reckless in your energy here. When you just decide not to start to shut your life off, that's not a good thing. But sometimes we do it, and we just like shut our door, close our windows, and shut our phone off, and we don't want anybody to talk to us, right? We need to do that every once in a while. But you picked a bad time. You picked a time when felt like you were overwhelmed and you just had to get away from it all. But that's going to make a chain reaction in your life that's going to kind of put everything else into a tailspin too, because while it may seem like you're overwhelmed, people still did depend on you for these answers, and you just kind of clammed up and disappeared. Which happens. It happens. We feel like that sometimes. And if you proceed with this plan, it leads to the Hermit mode. And the Hermit mode is the King of Wands. Definitely King of Wands. You are definitely reassessing your whole life and what you want to do. Plans, the King of Wands and the Three of Wands here. And Queen of Cups. So yeah, you're basically taking a major vacation from life, from a spa day, maybe a spa week. I don't know, but you're just trying to rebuild your life from the ground up, right? You're starting over. This is your big reset button. You just want out of this rat race, this chaos, this mess. You don't want to deal with anybody anymore. You want to just find a nice hotel room on some desert road where you've never been before and just stare at the wall and watch cheap cable TV for free for a few days. You just want to get away from everything. And that's what I feel like you're doing. I'm not saying this tower moment is bad. I mean, it's bad for everybody around you, for sure, because you just tear through everything and you give it up, burn it all down. Whatever you were doing every day, it's over. And your isolation period is good for you, but I don't know. We all have to go back to the past sometime. We have to go back to our lives and we have to deal with those people. Yeah, I mean, sometimes we could just get in the car and drive forever if we've got the money for it, but most of us don't. So most of us have to go back and go, okay, uh, now that I'm refreshed and recharged, now we can deal with their problems. But then you just start a whole new, set of problems. So yeah, you're hoping for justice and the star here. You're hoping for peace and balance, but I don't think that's what you're going to get, because your life is going to come to a pretty much standstill when you come back. And I think people are just going to keep you in isolation mode because they're just going to start ignoring you. Then you're going to be isolated for more longer than you think, because the Knight of Pentacles is here at the bottom of the tower, and that's the card of no movement. Nothing happens. So when this burnout happens and you give up on everything and everybody, because you just can't take it anymore, which I understand that completely. You go into isolation mode and you pretty much you stay there for a while, because people are just going to be like, oh, well, it was too much for you. We're just going to leave you alone. We're done. You live your own life and we'll just kind of leave you out of it. And someday you'll probably be like, why doesn't anybody talk to me anymore? That's how it always goes. And so I would suggest that get a hold of your life, get a hold of your situation, take a deep breath and start making a list of things you need to deal with. Don't just let it pile up and overwhelm you, because it leads to a life of emptiness, kind of, emptiness and nothing. And it sounds good for right now, but a couple weeks from now, a couple months from now, you can only stare at the same old walls for so long, right? So you might want to start reorganizing your own life in the current before this tower hits, before you just throw your hands up and run away. Because once you give up, once you quit, this time you might not be able to go back. And you might miss it more than you think. So be careful with what you do. Free will, you can do whatever you want. You can follow this energy right to the end, or you can take a step back and start reorganizing your life. You can move this King of Wands from here to over there, and you can start rebuilding things. Take charge. Up to you, really. But this tower leads to isolation. You're overwhelmed, and that's all there is. You just feel like you want to run away. And once you do, it's hard to go back if you ever get to. All right, that's your reading for the day. So I'm going to show you this, and that'll be it. Here we go. If you made it here to the end, thanks for watching. And, YouTube asked me to have you subscribe to the channel. If you don't, I get arrested by the YouTube police if I don't say that. So I did. So we're good. It's free, and I try to upload every day. All right, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.